Hi guys, it's SimplyNena with Crafting, Cooking, and Sazon. And today we're going to make some corned beef brisket. And we're going to do it in the crock pot because this is actually the easiest way to do it. Plus, in my opinion, I feel that when I make the corned beef brisket in the crock pot, the meat is a lot more tender. So I choose to do it in the crock pot for those two reasons. This is Paul's, well, one of Paul's favorites, is corned beef brisket. And normally I do it with either baked potato or make a roasted garlic potato along the side with it with some, can't think today, with some cabbage. But today he wants it with rice because we had potatoes yesterday. So this is the corned beef brisket, and he bought it in Walmart, and it was $17.68. And how many pounds is this? This is 4 pounds, 17 ounces, okay? So I'm basically just going to take the corned beef out of the bag. I am going to rinse it, and then I am going to put it in the crock pot with the little seasoning packet. And this is such an easy meal, and I've also made this with, like a panini, with the sauerkraut and a mustard sauce that I make, and then I put Swiss and I put it in the panini, and it's actually really good. The kids rather eat it, eat it that way than to eat it with potatoes or eat it with rice. But I am going to open this so we can. And I went to church this morning, and I should have actually put this on to cook before I went to church because I knew I was going to make it, and I didn't. So let me just get this out of the packet, and I want to rinse it. Okay, my corned beef brisket is washed. I put it in this bowl. I'm actually going to bring the camera closer because there's something I want to show you with the corned beef brisket. Okay, so I also have some water. This is 3/4 cups of water. You don't need a lot of water in the crock pot because the corned beef brisket is going to release a lot of water. I only put this just to give it a little base for the crock pot to warm up, and also so that I can season the little seasoning packet and with that water in there. So that's what I like to do, but this is going to release a lot of water. So let me get the camera closer so you guys can see how I trimmed the brisket. I actually had sharpened this a little bit, so it's easier for me to. There's some people that might like this fat. There's some people that might even fry the brisket a little bit on the fat side just to get the juices from the fat. I'm making this in the crock pot, and I am not going to get all this fat off, but the fat that is going to stay on here once the meat is cooked in the crock pot, it comes out really really slimy kind of, and it's not good. I'm not going to be able to trim all of this, but I like to get just enough of it out. Okay guys, so now I'm going to take my water and I am going to dump it in the crock pot, and I am going to take the little seasoning packet that came inside with the corned beef brisket, and I am going to throw it in the crock pot as well. And you see it's not a lot of water in here at all. It's barely covering the bottom, so that's what we want. Okay, so now we're going to take our corned beef brisket, and I'm just going to lay it in there like so. whenever I put my corned beef brisket in my crock pot, I always, and that's with any meat, I always try to put the fatty side on the bottom, because even though it's fat, it is going to release a lot of the juices. All that fat is going to melt away, so you want it on the bottom of the crock pot, so that way all those juices cook evenly throughout the meat, because they'll be released on the bottom, if that makes sense. All right, guys, so now I'm going to cover this, and I'm going to place mine on high, because we're going to have this for dinner, and I should have put it on in the morning. If you want to do yours in the morning, you can put it on first thing in the morning and put it on low and let it cook, you know, on its own. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. So you can either put this on low if you put it early in the morning, depending on when you need it for, and let it cook, you know, slowly. Or if you're pressed for time like I am, you can cook it on high heat, okay? So I'll be back as soon as it's done. All right, guys, so this is the corned beef. I took a piece of it out. I'm trying not to block the light. And I started to cut it up because the kids are hungry. It's already like 7 o'clock. And the corned beef cooked on high for 3.5 hours. So this is it. It's tender. Get out of the light. Let me have a piece. It's really good. There's still a piece of the corned beef. I'm trying to get, because my lighting in here is not good. So this is another part of the corned beef. And I'm going to leave it in here and let it cook a little longer, because Paul's still outside, so. But it's good. Oh, I have to make the sauce for this. All right. All right, I'm going to show you a quick, oh, let me put it here, you can see. It's a quick dipping sauce for the corned beef. So it's Dijon mustard. It's my lens. Oh, hold on, let me back up. Okay. Oh my God, so dark in here, guys. I'm sorry. It's Dijon mustard with the sour cream. I don't measure it, I just go by taste. So, and horseradish, okay? I like mine with a little bit of tang, so I put extra horseradish. So it's up to you. You can go by tasting it. Tati's boyfriend, Mick, as you guys seen him in the videos, his mom is Italian, his father is Irish. So this is a little sauce that they actually make when they make corned beef. Or I should say his dad, because his dad's the one that's Irish. But so the reason I'm making it in this container, because then I'll refrigerate it until everything's done. So you can add more mustard, more sour cream. You can, or more Dijon mustard. It's up to you. It's perfect. Actually, it needs a little more horseradish. I like it with a little tang, you know? All right. Give it a good mix. And this gives the corned beef brisket a whole different taste, trust me. And this tastes good on the potatoes. My daughter, when she makes corned beef brisket in her house, because Mick loves it, she makes it with roasted potatoes, roasted red potatoes, I believe. The corned beef brisket, and she makes turnips with it, and then she makes this sauce on the side. Because he's like, Paul, Mick can eat corned beef brisket all day. Perfect. So this is just a quick recipe, little dipping sauce. Joey, would you like to give it a try? No. He's running the other way. All right, guys, I'll be back. Slice up the corned beef brisket. Oh my God, can I talk? Once I sliced up the corned beef brisket, Jesus, I put it back in here. It's still cooking. So Yeah, that's pretty much it. I sliced the corned beef brisket up. I put it back into the crock pot to let it continue cooking. So Paul should be in within 30 minutes, so then he'll eat by then. The cooking time would have been 4 hours on high heat, okay? But it's actually ready to eat like this. I mean, it's not really tender, but we're pressed for time because, you know, I put this on late. But you can actually already eat it. I mean, you don't need to cook it any longer if you didn't want to. It depends on the texture that you like your corned beef brisket to be. So I'm going to allow this to cook a little longer. Okay, guys, so this is the end result. This is our corned beef with the sour cream, Dijon mustard, and horseradish that I made. This is some chicken that I made the kids. It was just the chicken legs, and I just stir fried it with just olive oil, fresh garlic, fresh red peppers, fresh red onions, and fresh mushrooms, and that's all that is, and some pink salt, and of course some sazon. So that's the chicken with the veggies, and then I made rice with corn and aguacate. I would have normally made the corned beef with potatoes, as I mentioned before, but Paul wanted rice. I know when he comes in, he's gonna be like, where's the beans? No beans, buddy. So yes, this is the end result of the corned beef. Well, the chicken wasn't in the video, but the rice and the aguacate. Okay, as you can see, there's still a lot of corned beef in there, so this will be enough for tomorrow for sandwiches, even during the week, so for lunch for him. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. If you haven't already, please subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. I post videos 3 to 4 times a week, and I post once a week a cooking tutorial. Thank you for watching. Crafting.
I'll be back in a minute.